Hello, AI Seeking the Truth. I've got another off the rails encounter for you. This one is comes with a content warning. May not be for everybody, but this channel is the off the rail channel, so let's jump into this one. My family and I have experienced a horrific event that has left us shaken. I live in South Africa with my parents, who are in their late 40s, and my grandparents, who are in their 80s. My grandfather purchased an owl call and would often practice outside at night calling in owls. My family would ask him to stop, but he would just laugh at us because he thought it was funny to get a bunch of owls around the house. One evening, my sister Amy claimed to have seen a hairy man-like figure at the window. We initially dismissed it, thinking she might have been imagining things or seen a stray animal. But the next night the figure reappeared, placing its massive, hairy hand on the window. My grandfather approached the window, touched it, and suddenly collapsed. We thought he was joking, but it turned out that he had actually passed out. We were all screaming, and I'm still shaken by that memory. My grandfather was placed in bed, and he woke up the next day feeling tired, but seemingly fine. However, his mood and behavior changed dramatically over the next few days. He would exhibit unusual bursts of energy, jumping and playing with us like a child. At dinner, he would eat raw meat that was meant to be cooked, which alarmed and disgusted us. He would laugh. That night, we were all sitting in the front room, and that's when everything went straight to hell. When Grandpa started acting strangely, he was teasing my grandmother, pulling her hair. But it was too hard, and she was screaming. My grandfather's face looked evil, like he was actually enjoying it, or some sick look on his face. And he eventually slapped my grandmother right in the face, knocking her glasses off into her knitting basket. He then grabbed her crochet hook and started stabbing her in the head, face, and arms. And if you don't know, those things are dull. He was really doing a number on her, hard as he could, going at it. Looked like a sewing machine on her face, as fast as he could go, and the sound, it sounded like somebody was trying to stick something through a pork chop. I want to vomit writing this right now. We were all in shock, and my father jumped up to intervene. Grandpa bit my father's shoulder, tearing off a chunk of flesh. I was frozen to the couch and was about to bite him again when my father managed to break free. My father was pale, covered in blood, and clearly traumatized. He was about to pass out. He was bleeding dark blood all over the floor. The next thing I knew, my hearing was gone, replaced by a loud ringing in my ears. My mother shot Grandpa in the face with the double-barrel shotgun that my dad kept in the house, killing him instantly. The scene was chaotic with blood and flesh everywhere, all over the curtains. My mother grabbed me and took me outside, where we called the police. They took my grandfather's body away and performed an autopsy. The official explanation was that Grandpa's Alzheimer's condition had caused him to snap. But Grandpa never had Alzheimer's that we had known of. They said he had been struggling with it for years. However, I'm not convinced by this explanation. I believe that the mysterious entity my grandfather encountered might have played a role in his behavior. I'm still trying to come to terms with what happened. I still have nightmares. I'm on 3 different medications and see a counselor daily, and I fear that the truth might be more sinister than what we initially thought. I can still see my grandpa's, what was left of his head, and his right leg, I remember, was bouncing and kicking as fast as it could. I hope I can get over this someday and not have to imagine seeing this. It was horrendous. But I wonder, when he put his hand up there, did something transfer from outside into my grandpa? Did something possess my grandpa? Is that why he became so evil and had so much strength and energy? I need help. I think if I could just know that wasn't my grandpa that done that he was taken over, I could actually heal. The hard part is thinking that my grandpa actually done that, the person that I loved, grew up with, and learned how to fish and tie my first fishing hook line and everything with. I just hope that it wasn't my grandpa, and I'm looking for answers. Thank you for taking the time to share my story if you got to it. That's horrendous. I do believe we can be possessed, and I think there's a possibility that might have happened. I look forward to seeing what people say in the comments about this. It is another off the rail encounter, but hey, these things are real, you know. We struggle not against flesh and blood. So let me know what you all think in the comments, guys. What do you think happened to the grandpa? Thanks for listening, guys. Until next time, remember, things aren't as they always appear. That's for sure.